Welcome to Brothers of the Word, because, brother, you need the Word. And today's message is a health message. For those of you who have been following the series, God commanded me on the first biblical Sunday of each biblical month to teach and preach about health. It's not overly spiritual. These are practical. This is not a shouting and a hooping and a hollering message. This is practical because whether you know it or believe it or not, God is concerned about your health of your physical body. Now, on each first Sunday, we have at 7 p.m. God Heals. You can read about it at godheals.net. And we actually lay hands and prophesy and pray over people for a divine healing. But God's preference is that you maintain and walk in a divine health. And He wants to impart some practical knowledge into your mind so that you can do some things that will keep you from getting sick. And if you are sick, will aid you in getting well. So all of these things are practical. There will be a total of 14 of these messages, and this is number 12 of the 14. So there are 2 more health messages to come. And as we always do, I want to reiterate the first message, which was number 4021, entitled The 8 Pillars of Health. Number 1, exercise 30 to 60 minutes a day, 4 to 6 days a week. Number 2, eat at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables daily. Number 3, drink enough water so that your urine remains clear or light yellow. Number 4, maintain a healthy weight and watch your belly button. Number 5, don't smoke, do drugs, or drink too much alcohol. Number 6, limit meat, sweets, fried foods, and the full filling. Number 7, get enough sleep. And number 8, have right relationships. So those are the fundamental 8 pillars of natural health that I go into in depth in message number 4021 that you may listen to at airjesus.com. Today's message is simply entitled PC. There are a bunch of meanings of PC, but for today's message, the particular meaning of it simply is portion control. Now, portion control simply means eating less of whatever you are eating. The picture that you see here in the background, let me tell you the story behind this. I was out with another family, and we were headed out to an outing, and we stopped at the gas station. We stopped at the gas station. It was a hot day. All of the kids ran inside to the gas station. And one of my sons came out, and he said, "Daddy, can I get a drink?" I said, "Sure, you can get a drink, as long as it's water." And see, one of the things that they know, whenever they go out with their father, the only thing that I will allow them to drink is water. So they understand that, and they know. That's why he came out to ask me just to see if I was going to be in. Oh, I forgot. But he came out and asked me. And see, he came out because all of the other kids had drinks. And as they all came out, one of the parents said, because they all came out, and all of the kids, the little kids, they had these big 32 ounces of drink. And when they came out, the parents said, they got these big old drinks because it just was ridiculous to buy anything smaller. So I actually went inside and took a picture of it, and if you can read it and if you can see it, a 22 ounce of the drink cost 89 cents. A 32 ounce of the drink cost 49 cents. So if you were going to buy a drink, you had a choice of getting a 22 ounce for 89 cents or a 32 ounce for 49 cents. Now, which one are you going to buy? And this is a part of what has America in worse health than almost any other industrialized country. See, there's a whole lot of flack and a whole lot of conversation about health care in America. The real health care, when you really look at it, America ranks number 17 in health of all industrialized countries. We're way down the list. We're sicker than almost any other industrialized nation. It's not about what kind of health care plan you have. It's about not getting sick in the first place. And if people could understand that, that's the real, true, divine health care. It's not whether you got Blue Cross or Blue Shield. It's whether or not you follow what the man on the cross did and said. That's the real, wise health care, but portion control. And it's like this in so many places that we go. The food that is served, it lends and leads you to eating way more than what you should eat. And here, you can't even buy a small drink. It penalizes you economically to get a small portion. So I had to just snap a picture and bring it here. For those of you who are just listening, I blotted out the name of the store because that really doesn't matter. But many of you understand the principle. 22 ounce, 89 cents, 32 ounce, 49 cents. You can get a 44 ounce for 99 cents and a 52 ounce for 109. But that means that you could just buy two 32 ounces for only 98 cents and get 64 ounces. So any way you go, it's cheaper to eat worse. It's cheaper to eat worse. So when you understand that all of the economy and all of the economics drives us to worse health, we begin to understand some enlightening things. Now, there is an average of 3/4 to 1 teaspoon per ounce in your average soft drink. That means that with a 32 ounce fountain drink, how many teaspoons of sugar is in that drink? That's usually anywhere from, when you count the ice, that's anywhere from 24 to 32 ounces of sugar that's just in that quart or 32 ounce of drink that we're feeding us and our children. Cheap. You all said cheap. See, that's another spiritual principle. Some things that are cheap in the short run are expensive in the long run. So the world gears you to overindulgence, and it gears you to destruction. So the first thing that you have to understand, if you want to get out of the trap, you cannot partake of stuff the way the world has packaged it. So the problem is, we cannot partake of the way the world packages things if we want to move into an arena of health. Because the way the world packages things, it packages stuff so that it makes you sick. Simple as that. So you have to first of all understand. See, if we could even follow the word that they have given us, we'd be all right. If we looked at it and where it says serving size, which means that's how much you're supposed to eat in a serving, if we followed that, we'd be all right. But who in the world is going to go in a bag of Doritos and get about 5 or 6 Doritos and stop that? Just who's going to do it? To be in all reality, just who's. So the problem we have, America has us geared to overindulgence. Simple as that. For those of you, and if you've done a lot of international traveling, you will notice two things. First of all, you know when you travel internationally to other countries, hardly anyone is overweight. You just don't see it. And you say, why? Is the food there so much cleaner and is so much fat? No, it's not that the food is so much better. Their serving sizes are so much smaller. So what is it that the other countries know whose health is much better than ours? And what is it that the very rich people know whose health is very much better than ours? What is it that they know that we don't know? They understand portion control. So it is a very simple principle, but it has very profound and drastic effects upon us.